about the Lord's Supper, and if you like, our question of the week is, what is the Lord's Supper? Because human beings, we have this amazing ability to take something that's very simple and to turn it into something that's very complicated, and to make it the reverse of what it's supposed to be. So instead of being a symbol of unity, sometimes it becomes a symbol of division. And I think sometimes we forget, when Jesus gave something and he gave it in its simplicity, we kind of think, well, Lord, you sort of got that wrong a wee bit. We need to, make it more holy, or make it more reverent, or whatever. And I think that we kind of, when we do that, when we add to anything that God has given us, we take away from it. So the Shorter Catechism asks, what is the Lord's Supper? The Lord's Supper is a sacrament commanded by Christ, in which by giving and receiving bread and wine, his death is proclaimed. Worthy receivers do not take Christ's body and blood in a carnal way, but receive them by faith, along with his benefits, being spiritually fed and growing in grace. Now, there's a word there used, it's a sacrament. What does sacrament mean? Well, the Catechism, question 92, we'll have that as well. A sacrament is a holy ordinance given by Christ, in which by sensible signs, and sensible there means something you can feel. It doesn't mean it's rationally logical, it's though it is, but it's which by sensible signs Christ and the benefits of the new covenant are represented, sealed, and applied to believers. Now, as it happens, we were coming down today, and I like listening to Sinclair Ferguson's little 5-minute daily podcast, and he's talking about baptism, which is the other sacrament, and he says we need to remind ourselves that baptism, like the Lord's Supper, it's not something that we do for God. It's something that he's done for us. And that's the important thing. We're not declaring how holy we are. We're not even infusing grace or getting grace, and it's all about what Christ has done for us. So just to simply answer what the Lord's Supper is, let me tell you first of all what it's not. It's not the Mass. It's not the Catholic teaching of transubstantiation, that somehow when a bell rings, I can turn, if I was a priest, I could turn this bread into the literal body of Christ, which when you think about it is totally absurd. But that's what's taught. Or the wine, that becomes the literal blood of Christ, and you find that that's why at the end of a Mass in a Catholic church, the priest will drink it all, because you can't pour Christ's blood down the sink. But that's not what it is. But the majority, I think, of evangelical churches have the idea it's just a symbol. That's all it is. It's a symbol. But it's not just a symbol. When you read through and what the Bible actually has to say, it is something that's much more profound than that. And I think the Catechism sums it up really well, saying these are things that these are signs that we touch and we taste, but they seal us. They spiritually feed us. They are what used to be called in the old language a strengthening ordinance. And actually, there is a huge amount to think about and try and understand in the Lord's Supper.